get it. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Tank be chopping, and we back with another haircut tutorial. Alright guys, we're gonna be doing a semi-transformation, you know what I'm saying? It's been about a month or so before this guy has had a haircut. He actually just moved down to Houston. His wife hit me up and she was like, man, my husband needs a haircut. Can you take care of him? So I said, yeah, I got you, no worries. Came through. This was my first time cutting his hair. So first thing is first, as you can see, I'm combing out my client's hair. You wanna make sure you do this with curly hair like this, you know what I'm saying? You gotta comb out the hair, that way you can see what the hair is doing before you actually start doing anything. So I'm just combing out the hair, combing it the way that it wants to grow, trying to make sure it lays the way it wants to lay. Doing the same thing with the beard, combing that out, because we are going to be lining that up also. And we're going to be doing like a mid-ish fade, you know what I'm saying? So first thing is first, after, well, I say first thing is first, but next thing, after we did comb out my client's hair, as you can see, I'm going over the top of my client's head with the 1.5 guard with the grain. So it's not too low, but I feel that it's a good length for us to see what the hair is doing. And I'm going with the grain. He didn't ask for it with the grain. He just said he wanted it knocked down and a fade. So I said, you know what, let me do a one guard open with the grain, and then we'll go from there. But as you can see, I'm taking my one guard open. I am taking my low pro FX1s. And what I'm doing is I'm going with the grain with my one guard lever open, going over the top, getting it all knocked down to that length. And I'm doing the sides and the back a little bit, just, you know what I'm saying, I'm really just trying to see what the hair is doing when I'm cutting it down. And if y'all pay attention, I'm really not gonna go over the crown too much, because I wanna go over the crown with a longer guard. So that's what I'm doing here. This is actually my 1.5 guard. And I'm just going over the crown with a little longer guard, just because I wanted to be careful, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how my client's hair, how his hair was growing, not sure if it was thinning in any areas, so I wanted to be careful. So I decided to go over the crown area with a slightly bigger guard. And once again, that's just me being precautious, well, not precautious, but me being cautious with what I was doing, and just taking my time and learning my client's hair before I actually did anything too crucial. But yeah, man, so that's what I'm doing here. I'm still just combing it out as I'm cutting, just to see what the hair is doing. And now that that is done, I'm taking my one guard lever closed and I'm debulking the side. So this is what I like to do. Sometimes I like to go with my one guard closed and go with the grain. And the reason why is because it takes it down a little shorter than that 1.5 or that 1.5 or that one guard lever open with the grain. And it just helps, makes it a little easier for me to blend. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to blend into a one guard open with the grain. I only have to blend into that one guard closed with the grain. You feel what I'm saying? So it just makes it a little easier for me. So I go ahead and knock that out the way. And then it helps me kind of see, you know, what is needed to be done. So now that that is done, here is my 2 guard, and I'm blending into what I just did. So the 2 guard is gonna blend pretty good into that one with the grain. So I'm debulking the sides once again, just getting it all down to that length, taking my time, being real consistent with what I'm doing, being real efficient with what I'm doing, and I'm just trying to get all that down to that length. That way I can clear out some of this bulk and I have a better visual of what I need to do. Alright, so now that that is done, I am taking my Low Pro FX1 trimmer and I'm setting in my initial bald guideline. Now, mind y'all, he hasn't had a haircut for a while. You know what I'm saying? He does got a little, as you can see here, he's got a little bit of dry scalp. We did take care of that. I let him know that I added some product to the dry scalp just to help clear it up a little bit. But you have to learn these things, guys. So that's one thing a lot of people would get scared of. They were like, oh, he's got these marks on his head, these white marks. He's got ringworm, and it's not just because someone has white marks on their head. It's not ringworm all the time. And I want to make sure I state that, because that is something you learn going to barber school. And I've told y'all before, I'm big on people going to barber school and learning things before they do anything, because a regular person would have been like, oh, he's got ringworm, I ain't gonna cut his hair. But you have to understand that not every scalp disorder is ringworm, you know what I'm saying? So I knew it was just dry scalp. He let me know beforehand. He hadn't had a haircut for a while, so I knew that it probably wasn't as moisturized as it could have been. So I said, you know what, it's all good, no worries. So as you can see, it's a little wet now because I put some product on there to help clear up that dry scalp. But now what I'm doing is I'm taking my Low Pro FX, once again, my Low Pro FX1s, and I'm setting in my next guideline all the way around the head. Now, I said mid-ish fade because, as y'all can see, it's a little lower than where I would normally start my mid fades, but it's not as low as a low fade. And the reason why I wanted to give myself enough room was because I don't know this client's head. I don't know what his hair does when I decide to start fading, so I wanted to make sure I gave myself enough room to work with. So once I put in that guideline with my clipper open, now I'm going in with my 1 guard lever open and setting in another guideline about 3/4 of an inch or so above the previous guideline. And we're gonna do this all the way around the head. As you can see, I'm starting on the right side just because that's the side that I finished on with my clipper lever open. So no need to turn them, just take the guard, put a guard on there, put the guard on there, open, lever's already open, and just start where you finished off. And then we're gonna go all the way around the head, get this all knocked down. And even though I'm starting off a little lower than normal, I want y'all to take this, keep this in your mind that I am gonna stretch this blend and I'm gonna raise it up. And I'll show y'all how I did that here in a little bit. So now that that 1 guard open was done, I decided to take my 1.5 guard, started it off with the lever open, just see how it faded into my number 2 guard, because remember I did do a number 2 to debulk, and it really wasn't cutting too much, so I decided to close my lever, and now this is my 1.5 guard lever closed, and I'm just trying to blend what I previously did, which was my 1 guard lever open, into that 2 guard. And as you can see, it's blending pretty good together. Yes, there's still some dark areas, yes, there's still discrepancies, but I'm gonna go over all this and clean this up here in a minute. So now I'm going in with my 1 guard lever open once again, and I'm basically moving this section up. So previously I only went up about 3/4 of an inch, half an inch or so. Now I'm going up a little higher just because I wanted to raise the blend up. I saw basically what the hair was doing. I saw where the hair was how it was gonna look faded, so I wanted to raise it up. So I went with my lever open, and now my lever is closed, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm raising that bottom line, right? I'm raising it up because this is where I want the blend to be at with my 1 guard. So I'm raising the blend here. And I know sometimes it's kind of hard to do that, you know what I'm saying, when you don't really know what you're doing. But I feel that the more you cut hair, the more you know how to raise a blend without creating any harsh lines. And that's basically what I'm doing. So I raised my section up with my clipper lever open, and now I'm raising that section up with my clipper closed. And as you can see, I'm reverting back to lever open sometimes, just because there's some areas that I want to go in and detail and clean up and just make it look a little lighter, because I feel that they were a little too dark. And then when it comes to doing this, guys, you can't take your time. Obviously, I'm taking my time. Once again, that has a lot to do with this being the first time I'm cutting his hair, and because I want to stretch the blend and not create any harsh lines. Alright, so now that that is done, I'm taking my half guard lever halfway open, and I'm working this line right here. And as you can see, I'm coming up into the section a little bit, and I'm gonna adjust my lever closed, working my way down a little bit, and then I may adjust my lever open just to do some detail work towards the top of that section. And see, this is one reason why I don't mind taking 40 minutes on a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Some people say you need to take 30 minutes, and I could do the cut in 30 minutes, but I feel like I would have been rushing. I wouldn't have really been able to detail as much as I wanted to. Wouldn't have been able to play it safe. I would have had to jump straight into cutting, straight into blending, and that's it, right? So that's why I like to take 40 minutes. I'm not saying you have to take 40 minutes. If you take 30, hey, that's good. You know what I'm saying? If you take 45 minutes, 50 minutes, that's fine also. But for me, I feel that 40 minutes is a sweet spot for just the haircut, and for haircut and beard, 50 minutes is my sweet spot. And that's just me. Like I said, that's personal preference. My clients, they're okay with it. They know that I'm taking my time, know that I'm being attentive to detail, but they also know that I'm not just lollygagging and BSing, right? So anyways, like I was saying, I'm going in with my half guard, and as you can see, I've just been adjusting my lever open and close, just working on that section. Now I'm going in with my clipper halfway open, working this bottom line, working my way halfway into that section, and then I'm gonna adjust my lever close little by little, working my way down until that bottom line comes erased. And even if it does come completely erased, I think I'm gonna go in with my trimmer at the end, just because I want, like I said earlier, I wanted to raise this blend a little bit. And that's basically what I'm doing here, is taking that trimmer, working that bottom line, raising this blend just a little bit because I didn't like it. I didn't like it that low. So that's why I'm going back in with my half guard, and I'm attacking some of these darker areas, lever open. And the reason why I'm going with that open is because it's helping me stretch this blend. So a lot of stretching of the blend, for me at least, comes between the half guard and my 1 guard lever open. So that's what I'm doing here, half guard open, and then adjusting my lever closed as needed. And I'm gonna go ahead and start lining up my client. Now, as y'all can see, this blend isn't 100%. Not that it's not blended, but it don't look the way I want it to look. But I just need me a nice little rough draft, and I'm gonna start lining up my client. And as you saw me do, I started off in the middle of my client's head, and I'm working my way over to this side of the blend, taking my time. And as you can see, he's a little light in the corner. So a lot of people would have pushed that really high just to make it look straight. I tried keeping it as natural as I could without pushing it back, but still leaving a nice crisp line. Now I am gonna come back in and do some enhancements, you know what I'm saying, some paint, and do some hair fibers just to make that look a little fuller. We hit that C cup a little bit. Now we're moving on to the back of the beard. As you can see, I'm just taking my time lining up the back of the beard. We're gonna give him a nice shape with the beard, basically what he has, but a cleaner look, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna clean it up, make it look sharp, and then we're gonna clean up the beard a little bit also. He wanted to keep the length on the beard, he wanted to shape it a little bit, so we're gonna do that here in a bit. But as you can see, I'm taking my time. That's one thing that I do, guys, that honestly, like, I don't want to say I move slow, but I don't move the quickest, you know what I'm saying? I try to just be really precise with what I'm doing, taking my time, and that helps me give my client the best product that I could possibly give. But that's just me, you know what I'm saying? To each his own. But now we're doing the mustache, lining up that mustache a bit, and then we're gonna line up the inside of the beard and the back and the bottom of the beard. However, my camera did die, so you ain't gonna see all of that. You're gonna see me just going back in and doing some detail work. So remember, guys, when I say detail work, I'm just going back in and basically just cleaning up any dark areas, any discrepancies, any place that I feel needs to be touched up a little bit, just needs to be basically buffed out a little more, and that's what I'm doing here. So I'm going in with my one guard open, and then I'm adjusting it little by little, working it down, trying to get these discrepancies knocked out, trying to get it nice and buffed out, nice and blurry. Y'all know what it is, man. You know what you got to do to make these haircuts look good. And then this is me with my one guard lever closed with the grain. Once again, just cleaning it all up. Now I'm going with my half guard lever open, and then adjusting my lever little by little. And the good thing about the Low Pro FX1s, guys, for me is I like the way the lever stretches. Me personally, I like the gold FX1s better. That's just me, but these are pretty similar, and I like the stretch lever on it. At first, I wasn't a big fan of stretch levers, but the way these stretch, it's not too much. It's perfect for me and in my style of cutting, and it helps me detail a little quicker. Helps me it just helps me get a better overall product. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key. You got to find the clipper that helps you give the best overall product, and then stick with it. A lot of people like to change clippers, including myself, but in all actuality, I like to stick with the clippers that work the best for me. And right now it is the FX1 and these Low Pro FX1s also. But as you can see, guys, moving on to the opposite side, we're gonna be doing the same thing, following the same steps we did on one side. We're gonna do to this side, try to get this blend to look nice and buttery, nice and blurry. You know what it is, man. We're just gonna clean all this up, make it look right with the Babyliss Low Pro FX1s, and we're just gonna try to do what we got to do to make sure that the client leaves the chair happy. Remember, guys, that is all that really matters. I know sometimes people get caught up in giving the blurriest and best blends, which I feel you should kind of get caught up in that, but at the same time, you got to give your client what they want. You know what I'm saying? Some clients don't want to be in the chair for a long time, so you may have to move a little quicker. Like I said, I've built myself up to where I attract those clients who don't mind sitting in the chair for the 40 minutes, 50 minutes or whatever, and I give them a good cut, you know what I'm saying? And one thing that I do want to say about this particular haircut is I think I could have made it a little more blurrier just by taking a little more time and detailing. That's on me, you know what I'm saying? But I just want to be real transparent with y'all, you know what I'm saying? I try to be honest with y'all, and that's me being honest. I think I could have did a better job, and I'm sure for sure next time he's probably gonna get an even better cut. But anyways, man, moving back into the haircut, as you can see, I'm lining up this side of my client's beard. We line them up in front. We're gonna go back in and detail that a little bit more here later on. As you can see, he's got some wild hairs going all over the place, so we're gonna have to come back in and clean all that up. But we're cleaning up the bottom of the beard area, and then we're gonna go ahead and freehand the beard just to clean it up and give it a nice overall shape. But as y'all can see, this side of the blend, it's on point. You know what I'm saying? I'm liking the way that side looks. The opposite side is good, but I just feel that the other side just blended a little better for me. And once again, I should have saw that, me being who I am. I should have seen it, but I ain't mad. I just felt that I could have did a little better. But as you can see, now we're moving on to the enhancements. I am using that Temptation by Kiss, hitting up the beard a little bit, hitting up all them lines, just trying to make these lines nice and sharp. And as you can see, that beard is looking nice and full. We're hitting my client with a little bit of hairspray, and then we're using them Tomb 45 hair fibers. Remember guys, you can go to tomb45.com, use my discount code TANK, or you can go to fwbarbersupply.com, use my discount code TANK10 on these tools. Any products you see, anything I mentioned in this video, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com, use discount code TANK10. But after we hit them fibers, after we put them hair fibers in my client's hair, I did hit them with another layer of hairspray, and then I just cleaned up that line a little bit. And now I am using the Tomb 45 barber pencil, and this is just to make this line pop a little more. You know what I'm saying? Make that, you know, make that gradients, you know what I'm saying, look a little better. And then we're gonna blend that out a little bit with the trimmer, the Low Pro FX1 trimmer. But as you can see, man, that cut is looking nice. Like I said, this side it's not the best, you know what I'm saying, but this side I feel is a little better. I'm more satisfied with this side, and that's just me being honest with y'all and completely transparent with y'all. And then now we're going over my client's hairline with the razor. Remember guys, when it comes to using that razor, you want to make sure you stretch the client's skin, hold that razor as flat as you can. Take your time when using the razor. I know it is sped up, but I am taking my time, pushing all that, you know, all that stubble, or pushing that razor all the way to the line. That way the line looks even sharper, getting rid of all that stubble. That's what I meant to say. But as you can see, man, we it's coming together, man. And then I'm gonna hit this part of the mustache under the neck area, inside of the chin, with the Uno 2.0 from Stylecraft. But check it out, man. This is how my man came into the shop looking. This is the before look. As you can see, he had some hair growing, man. It had been a good minute, and this is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tankbechopping.com. You can book there. If you want it to be for YouTube, leave that down in the comment section. That way I know, you know, we can try to record it for YouTube. But y'all let me know how you think I did. Once again, first time cutting his hair, but I think I did a good job. But if you want a discount on any of these tools, fwbarbersupply.com, use my discount code TANK10, save yourself some money, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, that's basically it for this video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all, YouTube. Until next time, let's go. Yeah.